Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at Real Deal Talk. Epic fighting, fighter interviews, day 2, preparing for Epic 58, coming Friday, August 23rd. And in the house today, we have the guy behind the scenes, kind of behind the scenes, Mr. Avery White. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Avery. Let's go.
We here, Bay Area.
Let's go. You said when you saw me, you've been watching the show for a while.
Yeah, man. Hearing your voice on here through the headphones, it's epic, man. Literally, it's epic, man. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, what an honor, and I'm glad to be in the presence of the great JD, man.
Come on.
I've been seeing your content on Instagram a lot since I moved here to San Diego, and I never thought I'd be sitting in this chair like this soon out of nowhere. So I must be doing something right.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're in this studio, man, that means something.
Yeah,
that means you are
to.
on the map.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's
yes,
go.
Sir.
And speaking of on the map, you are the creative director of Epic Fighting.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's break that down a little bit.
Absolutely.
What exactly does that mean? What do you do for them, and how long have you been with Epic Fighting?
Right. Okay. So, creative director, what that means. So, I'm actually in a position right now where I'm advocating a lot for other business to create the role of a creative director. One of my mottos is business without creativity is a waste of time.
Yep.
And I feel that way because when you insert creativity in your business, it opens up a ton of doors for more business to happen. So like with content creation, especially when we're in the pandemic, just to take you back to the dark times, man, we're in the pandemic, a lot of businesses switched over to e-commerce, and like they probably had no expectation that would ever happen, and it just happened. If those who made the adjustment and say, hey, we need a creative to make content for us, to make our brand look good, to bring quality and consistency, those brands did really, really well. And I feel like right now people have forgotten about that.
Right.
And because I'm a content creator myself and this is my job and I want it to be lucrative, creating that role as a creative director says, hey, give me a seat at the table. Let me show you what I can do for you. Just give me the chance. And then usually the results are amazing and they want to work with you consistently from there going forward. So that's my pitch to like all brands is like hire a creative director, just give it a shot. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be nothing too crazy, astronomical out of the marketing budget, but it is a role that needs to be important. Eventually it will be as important, like right under, CEO, CSO, it's going to be right there.
Right.
Yeah.
CCO, Chief Creative Officer.
Yes.
It's funny because I technically brought on my first one ever in the history of my company. I've had a mattress company for 20 years, wellness center. We just launched podcast for several years.
Yeah.
And David Ewing is my creative officer. So, dude, you are absolutely 100. Dave, he is the best in the business. He's been around the block for 25 years.
I'm gonna tap in with him. I'm
telling you, he redesigned this whole new Real Deal. So I now have a mark.
Amazing, man.
Yeah, I got a mark with the R in the middle now.
Yeah.
Dude, he is like the guy. So dude, you are 100% correct.
Yeah.
Get yourself a creative.
Got to.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because this day and age, everybody's freaking flying by.
Yep.
And if it don't look good, they
it's
flying right by.
It's not gonna stick. Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about that a little bit more. Let's get in that a little bit.
And to dive into that too, there's room at this table for creative directors for everybody.
Right.
In San Diego, you got Sony out here, so many photographers and videographers in here, and a lot of people can get discouraged and feel like, oh man, I'm not as good as this person, or oh, it's just oversaturated city. No, there's room at the table for everybody.
Absolutely.
Because I have a niche where I do my best work in, and you have a niche where you do your best work in, and there's going to be more room for everybody because of just like the way business is, and San Diego is thriving right now. That's why I came here. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, why did you move to San Diego? It's the most expensive city to live in the United States. I'm like, that's why I moved to San Diego, man. Like that's where the money's at. And so there's room for everybody. And then to dive into like the role of a creative director, myself, I get to use my artistic discipline of just living in my head. I'm like, man, I'm always thinking like, what would this would look so cool if this, or this will look amazing, or how could we, execute and make sure that this product is seen and doesn't get looked over, or, when you just are fascinated over marketing and the way that, you know, that business aspect transpires, you're always gonna have fun with it.
Right.
So like I'm never like sick or tired or bored of my job. It is taxing in terms like I'm tired, man. Like I got the glasses on, bags under my eyes. It's crazy right now. I haven't got a full 8 hours of sleep in a while. However, it's been very rewarding because look where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I'm with JD. You know
Come
what
on.
I mean? It's opened up doors. Yesterday I'm with Longo. I'm like, I remember DMing these people when I came here, and then now I'm like actually sitting there working with them.
Come on.
And it's amazing. And they know that they need, you know, somebody like me, and even if they already have somebody, you know, a lot of these businesses, they're willing to take multiple people in, so don't be discouraged about that at
Exactly.
all, man.
I love that.
Yeah. And then you get into Epic Fighting, what I'm doing with Epic. I mean,
Yeah, how did you get with Epic? How did they find you? Give me how you got in.
This is a great story. So my roommate, his name is Elijah. He's actually fighting on this card, Epic 58. Now he was, I don't know, like a backup fighter on 57, but they didn't really need him. But now he's here on 58.
Yeah.
He's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to that fight. It's going to be awesome. We went to the weigh-ins. He made weight. He trained everything, like super professional. I love Eli for that because he could have just said like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be on it or not. Nah, if they called him to fight that day, he was ready.
Yep.
Incredible
Love
shape.
that.
Energy, you know what I mean? And now everyone's looking forward to that fight because like damn, they were hoping that he was gonna fight on that card. So that's amazing. Pulled up to the weigh-ins, and I brought my camera. I bring my camera everywhere I go. Brought my camera with me, just started taking photos and everything. I saw Jason. I didn't know exactly who he was at the time, but he had on a red suit, so you know, like you got to be, you know, the guy.
Yeah.
And I remember coming dressed in red too, you know, just like kind of let me just do the same thing, just to kind of like look the part, I guess, because in my head I'm like I'm gonna get in with these people, you know what I mean? So when I got there, I just, you know, dabbed him up, talked to him, small talk. And that was it. And then asked for a media pass at that time. Just asked for a media pass. I think they had like maybe 8 people doing media. And that's the importance of just, you kind of had to insert yourself into business as a creative director.
Yep.
You got to say like, hey, like they don't know that they need me, but they're going to need me. And a lot of people are looking for media. So, you know, me just bringing my camera and shooting and then giving a quick turnaround time, it was just like, yeah, we want you, like, yeah, come pull up and have a shoot. And that was an honor to do that because, you know, number one, I got the best seat in the house. I'm literally right at the ring. You know, I get to see all the action. And that's like one of the perks of the job is like, you know, getting into certain places and getting like the best seat. And when you love what you do, like I said, it's going to be fun. And so, yeah, I pulled up to the Epic event, and I just remember the first fight. I was just like, wow, I love this. That's all I had to say. It was just like the energy that was going through the hotel ballroom, and that's what I like too. It's in a hotel ballroom. It's not like in like a stadium yet. Trust me, it's on the way.
Oh yeah,
it's on the way. It's not in a stadium yet, but hotel ballroom vibes, amazing. Like the way that they definitely already had creative direction going on. You know what I mean? The sponsors were amazing. They had foreign cars out there, which was super nice to see. The models, the Epic models, they're all beautiful, great vibes. Music going on, DJs. It was great. And I took one of my first shots that I took. I looked at the camera. I was just like, ooh, like that's a nice photo. I said that's a nice photo. Yeah, at first I'm like, I'm just gonna shoot a little bit. Yeah. I took a nice photo. I said, you know what? I'm going to do my best work now. Rest, like, I think there was like 8-9 more fights. Yeah. Did my best work. Went back home immediately right after, uploaded them all. It was about like 5,000 photos. Per 1,000 photos, I keep like 100 of them. So it ended up being like a photo album of 500. And I put them in a shareable website and kind of just sent it out. I posted it, tagged Epic and collab with them. Always collab with, you know, your partners and everything. It's great exposure. Collab with them. It's not like my best post in terms of like likes, but it's my best post from shares. Yeah, it had like 400 shares on it, and it was just like, okay, cool. And so, you know, everybody got the pictures and they're amazing. Like I'm with Keanu outside right now. And he was just like, dude, I love this picture. I pinned this picture. This is my favorite picture. And I was just like, yeah, that makes me feel good. You know what I mean? Yeah. And knowing that I did some of my best work there, I said, I got to capitalize on this. So I reached out to Jason coming up for 58. I said, hey, you know, I need to be on board for this. I got some ideas. I want to visit every single fighter in their camp. I want to make content leading up to Epic 58 to showcase how like dope this is.
Right.
Because like seeing the fighters in camp is an honor and a blessing for me, because not only do I get to know them and get to like experience what it's like to see, you know, these fighters in camp, but it's also amazing because, you know, it's like I'm friends with this person now, and then I'm also friends with their opponent, and then you know, when we get there on the ring, I get to see these two warriors battle it off, and you know, they're gonna shake hands at the end and give each other their respects, no matter whatever the outcome is. It's kind of just how this game goes.
Yep.
It's a respectful sport. I know it's very brutal and whatnot, but it's very respectful. I mean, like, you know, you're not friends, but afterwards, it's like, okay, you know, we handled our business in there. And I'm just looking forward to what that experience will be like for me, because, you know what I mean, seeing someone's hand get raised, and I'm friends with both, and, you know, I'm gonna hug them, like, you know, both of them, and tell them like, great job, because I'm in the camp right now seeing this. Wow, you guys have no idea what's coming, bro.
Wow.
Bro, Epic 58 is gonna be crazy.
Crazy.
I can't tell you, man. Epic 58 is gonna be crazy. The best card, man. It's gonna be the best fight card of Epic. Yeah. It's gonna
no
be
doubt.
Amazing. Yeah, no doubt.
I can feel it just on the interviews.
Bro, you feel the energy,
I can feel
man.
it on the interviews, dude.
Yeah, and everyone's coming to win too.
Bro.
And that's amazing. Like, you know.
Daniel Reyes was on today, and his Jared Turner, his opponent, and this is not only for Epic Championship, but this is for the state championship. This is a big deal, dude.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, dude. This Jared Turner's an animal.
Yeah.
The kid's an animal.
I shot with him 2 days ago. I'm like,
he's an animal.
I'm like, bro, like, how long you been fighting? He's like, cool. What's your record? He's like, 4-0. 4-0. It's like, 4 knockouts. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I look at Daniels, and I'm like, okay, like.
But Daniel's intensity today,
man.
in that interview, I'm like, right? I was like, it was a whole, because I interviewed him for 56, and this today was a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, because he knows Jared's a really formidable opponent. He knows this.
Yeah,
Jared's a beast, dude.
Yeah.
So Reyes ain't playing.
No doubt.
And he's bringing in like a huge crew, bro.
That's gonna be crazy.
His family. I mean, half of Chula Vista's at this thing for him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be insane. And then the co-main events, like the big boys, the super heavyweights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh!
I'm telling y'all, Epic 58.
Henry was in today. Henry Esquivas.
Yes.
The leg kicker.
Sharp.
Dude.
Sharp.
Did you videotape him?
Oh yeah.
He's
I
animal.
posted his reel already, and it was just like a minute of just pad work. Form is amazing. The kicks, everything was.
And
sharp,
now he can wrestle.
Man, and he was telling me too, like, these fighters, I'm also interviewing them.
Yeah.
I'm not just taking photos and videos.
Yeah.
I actually have interviews coming, like very short form content. Like I said, part of the creative director will get content in. And so, you know, hearing that, like, you know, they're working on different things for their opponent. Like they already know this person's coming to take them down.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I got to work on my ground game.
Yeah.
They already know this person is a big hitter. You know what I mean? So I got to make sure I don't leave my chin in the air.
Yeah.
These guys are coming ready. They're prepared. And like I said, it is like a brutal sport, you know, and you can't come like playing around. You gotta be on tip for real.
And as far as creative direction go, like to your point, man, what you're doing now is gonna make it just makes it so much better, because now when they see your videos of the fight camp, and they see my interviews of the actual fighters, all this does is get people that are watching more attached.
Exactly.
They're more into it. They get to know the fighters. They realize that they're human beings. They're not just these animals fighting in a cage, literally.
Right, yeah.
They actually know this is a person that's driven by family, by God.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They have stories. They have motivations, family. Like what you and I are part of here, bro. It's special stuff.
It's very special. And like I said, I don't take it for granted at all.
Correct.
Because, you know, when I first moved to San Diego about a year ago,
where'd you move from?
I moved from the Bay Area, from Oakland, California. And I have like fighting experience in boxing. Didn't really get into MMA. But, you know, I always had like a passion for this. But when I first got here, you know, it looked like getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning, go work at Total Wine till 1:30, leave there, go to Best Buy from 2 o'clock till 9 o'clock, and then go to In-N-Out for the closing shift from, you know, 10 o'clock till 2 in the morning type. You know, that was literally my days.
Yeah.
And now this is my full-time thing.
Wow.
Just take photos and videos and get to network and meet amazing people, and it takes me places. You know, I'm a big, like, from where I come from,
Yep.
I've seen a lot. I've experienced a lot, and I've been in some wealthy places out here in San Diego, places that I couldn't get there without my camera. I know that for
Oh, yeah.
sure. Yeah. So I don't take this for granted at all.
Your craft.
I was gonna say, let me just like shameless plug. Epic Fighting and Longo. Longo is a sponsor for Epic Fighting.
Yeah.
I hit up Jason just wanting to. I knew this would give me exposure. I
Right.
wasn't even like tripping too much about like the money. It was just like, help me get around like with the gas and whatnot. You know what I mean? But I already knew from the work that I would produce, other people would get attention. Longo reached out, and I went to Longo yesterday and looked at one of their listings, like what, $5 million or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful listing, and I shot the event for them and everything. And now we're tapped in. That's just what I'm saying. Like,
on.
this is what I live for. This is what I live to do.
Okay, so keep going with
this
this
is
because I got a ton of viewers on this, bro.
Yeah.
Like anybody who's ever been on my podcast gets
Yeah.
business. Whatever they do, they get business. Period.
yeah.
End of story. It's that simple.
For sure.
And I am the connector. I'm like you. I
Yeah.
connect people. I love connecting. I love that's just my thing. So
Mm-hmm.
my point is now tell me let's go from start to finish here. You come in, you
Mm-hmm.
shoot content. What do you do from there? Do you actually be the one that distributes the content?
So yeah, I'm very glad that you asked that question
Yeah.
because I want everybody to win. I decided to take a little hit on my end and make my business a nonprofit.
Okay.
I have plans where so I know what it's like to be a content creator looking for jobs. It's very hard. Sometimes a lot of people, they don't see what the return on investment is going to be immediately.
Right.
So they might not look at you as important on the payroll system. So a lot of sacrifices are made from content creators. You wind up kind of doing something for free in hopes that there's an outcome like that, and you just kind of got to keep rolling with that. But on my business, I'm gonna call it Scale Multimedia. Scale successfully captivating, accomplished, lucrative entrepreneur, and what that is
That's the name of your business.
That's the name of the business.
Scale.
Yeah. Scale Multimedia. Just different types of media, multimedia. So. Video, photo, those are just like, the main two forms of media. But,
Give me the acronym again. What's the acronym?
Yeah, successfully captivating, accomplished, lucrative entrepreneurship.
Love that.
Yeah. So that's scale. And we want to scale businesses, scale brands, scale personal brands as well. Personal brands are very important, as you know.
Yes.
Personal brands are very important.
Huge.
And huge. Yeah, definitely. And so with that being said, I want to make it a nonprofit where I could offer let's say a retainer. We really want to look for retainer clients.
Yep.
I think in business, the way everything is kind of subscription based right now.
Yeah.
So retainer clients are very important because they're going to pay you every single month to do a job. You can sign, minimum contracts, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, but at least, money's going to come in. So like once you get to the point, if you have a $500 package and you sell 4 of them to 4 different businesses, right? You got 2,000 coming in. Cool. I know my rent's covered for the next 3 months because that money's coming in. So that's the way you kind of have to like look at it in business. And with what I plan to do is take those retainer clients and just outsource the work.
Yeah.
There's other people that need the work, and
Right.
there's so many great talent out there. I actually thrive on the business end more so than the content end. Great photographer, not the best videographer. Humble enough to say that I'm working on it and I'm trying to get better. But with that being said, I can outsource this work. So if I have 20 clients, for instance, and they all have packages at $500 a month, you know what kind of money that is.
Yeah.
You want to outsource it out. Say okay, you have another page called Scale Multimedia Creative Select. So it's a private Instagram page that you can follow, and if you're a content creator or if you're just if you're a content creator in general, it doesn't have to be like a photo or video. Let's just say you like making Instagram reels, or you're just popular, a public figure, and you want to be able to partnership with different brands. I have med spas right now. I have restaurants. I have food trucks. I have barbershops. I'm looking to just add more and more businesses to this. My goal by the end of this year, I want 100 businesses that are in partnership with Scale Multimedia, where we can just outsource this work and get other creatives paid. I feel like that will benefit the creative community in a very big way. It will actually. And like I said, business, without creativity, it's really a waste of fucking time, man.
It really nowadays you're not going to show up
Yeah.
if you're not
Yeah.
if you don't have something creative
not.
going on.
You're
And
not.
so what you're saying is you have an all-encompassing
Yeah.
model to
Yeah.
where businesses will pay you,
Yeah.
and then you'll get it done, which is the content creation part, right?
Yeah.
And then the distribution of it. Do you handle that as well? Like
All
do
of
you
it. All of it. Yeah. So,
Instagram, YouTube? Give me the whole.
all of that. Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like a consultation. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say we're working with
Yeah.
Real Deal, man. I want to know about your brand.
Yep.
What do you need help with?
Okay.
What are you already thriving in? What's your client basis like? What's the demographics? You got to ask all those types of questions
Right.
to kind of get an idea of where you are planning to go as a creative director with how you're gonna get the brand more business. That's what we're trying to do at the end of the
Yep,
day. Is get more
exactly.
business.
Yep.
With that information, we then look at it and we say, okay, so we want to focus on reels. We want to focus on short-term content. We want to focus on Instagram reels, 10, 15 seconds. We want to get the message across of what this brand is about. And from then, we come out with a spreadsheet and we say, okay, we want to make, one of the topics being about business. We want to make another topic being about athletics and fitness and health and wellness and et cetera, just
Yeah.
on and on and on and on. By the time we sit at the table and we look at this, okay, now we have like 50 different things that we want to shoot over the course of the next 3 months with them, right? So we're already planning to go in here. We set up content days every other week, so twice a month.
Yep.
And for like 2 hours, and you shoot as much content as you can within that. Take it back to the drawing board, edit it, make sure everything looks right, and then from then you can kind of schedule content. That's a big time saver with businesses, especially in this content. Having to like look at your phone and be like, okay, I've got to post. You're gonna forget.
Yeah.
You're gonna forget.
Right.
So to be able to just schedule the content, and be able to, it's just like the way to go. Yeah.
And what's your main where you're putting content out? Do you schedule on Instagram?
Instagram is the biggest right now. TikTok would be the next. I feel like X, Twitter hasn't necessarily. Facebook is also very.
Yeah.
I guess like I said, the demographic, that part
Right.
is very important, because if you have like an older clientele, you want to see where they're at. You want to, okay, Facebook. Now I'm going to focus on Facebook, right? That's why that is so important to have that meeting with them and ask these questions. Because if you just think you're going to go shoot and then post and everything's going to be good, no, you missed the main point. You missed the target audience.
Right.
They're not your target audience.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
totally.
Yeah. So
What do you think about YouTube?
YouTube's amazing. I'm very looking forward to dabbling in that platform. I haven't spent much time in it yet.
Yep.
But I know that is a big one for building personal brand, and business as well, but personal brand. Like I think for the clients that I'm working with right now, maybe not, but I think for like podcasts and stuff
Right.
like that, having like a podcast crew with Scale Multimedia where people can say, hey, we need content and we want to shoot a podcast, and we want to be able to be mobile where we can go out and do that.
Right.
Very, very important. And as you know, you run a very successful business and a very successful podcast, so
Yep.
you already know how big and important that is. YouTube's a big driving factor, and I think that another thing that I like about that is we're gonna look at this interview. We're gonna take the highlight clips.
Yep.
That's what's gonna get
That's
posted, right? That's
Correct.
what's gonna get on there. If you like that, then you're gonna click on the link.
Right.
That's how it runs.
Yep. That's right. That's exactly. And this is one of the best in the business I've ever worked with in my life, Andy Cruz. So this is Cruz Productions. This is his thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
Cruz, my man.
He's got his own podcast.
Yeah, he's running it.
He's firing away. He knows how to do it.
Look at him, man. He's wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Behind this, he's always got 2-3 cameras going.
I watched him set this up, and it's just like wow. And seeing him over there, he's monitoring. He has this board next to him. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's so the guy behind the scenes, Cruz Productions.
Cruz Productions.
And he's gotten quite a bit
Tap
of
in, Cruz Productions.
Yeah, and you didn't interview them, but you were the producer of interviewing Chuck Liddell and Wolf of West
Big
Coast.
Chuck. Oh, Wolf of West Coast. Yeah,
have you met
I'm
Wolf?
looking forward to tapping in with him. I shook his hand at 57,
Perfect.
and
He was on my
I
he was
said
on
I'm
my
gonna do some work
podcast.
soon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He was just on the
Wolf,
podcast.
for sure.
And I met him at Epic.
He's making. See, yep, and he's making noise out here. I see him throw a first pitch at like the Padres.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah, he's big time, dude.
yeah. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
it.
his interview was incredible.
Yeah.
So you'll for sure, and if not, I'll connect you.
Yeah.
But all you gotta do is roll up to him. He's super chill, dude.
For sure. And if you're listening to this right now, actually hear what we're saying.
Yep.
Like free game.
Free game.
Free game.
Free game.
No, for real, free game.
Yep.
Yeah, no one was telling me this. Everyone was gatekeeping from me. A matter of fact, I struggled.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a while. I struggled. I just figured it out. Like four months ago, maybe. I just figured it out.
And what was the magic formula? What'd you figure out?
Magic formula. Well,
What'd you figure out?
I got two answers to that. So I kind of got to like tell a little bit about like where I do my networking plays at.
Yeah.
So I'm a really, really good event photographer. Good event photographer. I've been doing event photography from the jump. And how I started, I sold my little junk car, got a camera from eBay, got a used lens from eBay as well, and a flash. And I hit up my homegirl. I said, hey, like I want to come to the club and just shoot. Like, she's just hosting. Come to the club, shoot. Amazing. Meet Damian Lillard's little brother, Jaron Lillard. Okay, great. Tapping with him. He's like, oh, I got him throwing a party. I want you to come here. Okay, cool. Go to the party. Meet somebody else. He takes me on the Delta in the water. We're gonna go on a boat. We're gonna have a yacht party. Cool. Go on the yacht. Have a yacht party. Keep in mind, I haven't asked for money yet.
Right.
I'm just going around practicing. These aren't the people who have the money that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Takes me out on the water. I meet the biggest boat dealer in the Bay Area.
Yep. Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
Yeah.
That's who I'm looking for.
Right.
So, I was working with him for a while, and that was great. And then moving down to San Diego, it's just like, okay, I kind of got to do the same thing again. But people kind of just brought me to places. I didn't insert myself to those places. They liked the work and they brought me there.
Yep.
Now out here in San Diego, it's very different. I just figured it out. The city, every city is going to be different.
Right.
I have to say, hey, if you see, you look for fashionable people, you look for, I guess whatever captures like your eye attention. You say, hey, like, give them a compliment. People love to, take compliments. Hey, miss, you look beautiful. I love the earrings. You mind if I take your portrait? Oh, yeah. Happy to jump in the camera. Okay, cool. Take the portrait. You like it? Cool. I want to send it to you. What's your Instagram? Gets to Instagram from there. Now, you want to leave these events trying to gain around like 30, 40, 50, depending on how big the event, new followers every single time.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily want to be too picky. You'll figure out what you need to know in that small talk where you're handing them the phone and they're putting their Instagram. Where are you from? What do you do? 2 questions. And that tells you if you want to continue on that talk from there.
Right.
Cool. I meet this person now. I'm here and now I'm at Epic and now I work with Longo. It's just like, all right, you see how this runs.
Oh yeah.
So that's the play. That's how to do that. Yeah.
Love
I forget the second part to the question I was asking.
It was about you said you learned about 4 months ago. You learned that.
And then the second thing, retainer clients. Those one-time jobs, man, they're great.
Yeah.
But you want to look for those retainer clients. I mean, I think like that's not like a. It's not like I'm giving. I think maybe I was just slow. Yeah. I think I was just slow to it. But retainer clients, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. Yeah. I work at the boxing club. My last day there was on the 15th. They actually called me right before this interview and said, hey, like you're good. Like you can be done if you want. I'm like, all right, yeah, sounds good.
You're going full time.
I'm going full time now.
Nice.
And that was just like 3 months ago that I figured out, okay, I want to do retainer clients. But beforehand, I'm just working with models. I'm just working with, whatever. Now I'm like, okay, who can pay me back? Who can pay me the money that I want and can make it in like the same day within a couple hours?
Yep.
That's who I'm like talking to right now. Restaurants, they're gonna make that money back, in 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Even clubs.
Quickly.
Clubs are a little like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like how they want to like. I feel like they don't really want to pay.
Yeah.
That much, but if you pitch it to them the right way and be like, hey, like this Casamigos bottle is $500, you know what I mean? How many of these do you sell a night? Okay, we sell like 20 of these a night or something like that. Okay, give me $500 and I'll come out, 3 times a month. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
And it puts it in perspective for them and be like,
Right.
oh, that's nothing to what we making. Yeah, give them the. So, I guess you gotta have to like sell yourself a little bit and,
Yeah,
and be a little creative in
you
that
gotta
way.
get creative.
Yeah, you just gotta get creative with it. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so Epic 58, your role, are you going to be on site that night?
I'm
with
gonna be on. I'm
taking
everywhere
pictures?
with it. I'm everywhere with it. You're gonna see me everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah.
You be doing pictures, videos?
I'm taking pictures and videos. I'm also getting the guests this time. I think last time I just focused on the fighters. I want to get the guests coming in. I'm gonna come early. I think I came like 15 minutes before the first fight last time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there.
Get there
all
early.
day. I might even follow Jason around and get in one of his
Do
epic exotics. Like, hey man, let me sit in the back of the Maybach right along with you. Just follow him around all day. Shoot everything, capture everything, and I want this to be my best work for sure.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah, this is my Super Bowl actually. Yeah,
Come on, dude.
This is my Super Bowl.
I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're coming in with Real Deal Wellness.
Yeah.
Wellness Center is now an official sponsor, so we're gonna have a killer table of some beautiful, sexy people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we coming in hot, man. We're bringing professional boxer who fought Tyson Fury. He's coming with us to our table.
Okay.
So you'll meet him that night.
Amazing. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, dude. And then Wolf of West Coast will be there. So our table's going to be rocking, bro. So we'll get some good content. And, dude, we'll spread the word, get you connected even more. Yeah. So, bro, appreciate you coming on, man. It's been an honor. All the best to you on your journey.
Thank you.
The key is, as you know, stay consistent, consistently consistent, and just keep moving forward, never quit.
Yeah, and one more note, I'm looking at this table right here.
Yep.
And it says, make no excuses.
Yep.
Make it happen and make a difference.
That's right.
Just think about it. Yep. I'm not even going to really say anything, but really just think about it. You know?
That's it.
Because I was bitching for a while.
Yeah.
And I got rid of the excuses.
That's right.
I was a little lazy. I just started making shit happen. You know what I mean?
Make it happen.
And I wasn't really focused on leaving an impact. But now with my work, what I'm doing is leaving an impact. So, yeah.
Make a difference.
Just think about that and take that away from
Yeah. It's the Real Deal mantra.
Yeah.
You make it happen.
Yeah.
And then, but you got to make a difference.
Gotta
if you're not driven by impacting the world, making an impact, making a difference,
it's so important.
Then what are you doing?
Yeah, it's so important.
And then along the way, make no excuses.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say this. I didn't really even get to meet the guy before he passed, but R.I.P. Bubbly. He just passed. Pretty recent. San Diego. Robert Titus. And we were supposed to meet the week that he left, and I just remember when he passed and he left. My mutuals, everyone, like his friends and everything, they were hurting so much, but they all said so many beautiful things. And I went to his funeral, and it reminded me of exactly who I want to be.
Right.
And that's a big emphasis on making a difference.
That's
because that's what we're really here for.
Of course.
I mean, me personally, I'm a servant of God, and I want to make a difference. And so, I'm gravitating towards that. This is gonna be. I'm gonna carry this out for the rest of this year for sure. And preach this for real. So I appreciate you for having me on here, JD. For real. Yeah, it's a blessing.
It's been my pleasure.
Yeah.
God has put us here for a reason.
Yeah.
He's instilled gifts in us purposely. On purpose, for a purpose.
Yep.
And that's it, dude. We're on a mission from God every day. Let that drive you. Let that motivate you. And never quit. And again, make no excuses.
No excuses.
Let's go. Avery White. Give me the name of the company again.
Yeah, Scale Multimedia.
Scale Multimedia. Hit him up if you want to give him a shot.
Yeah, AKA Mac Payne. The industry knows me as Mac Payne.
Mac Payne.
My government name is Avery White, but
Mac
the industry
Payne.
knows me as Mac Payne. Return of the Mac.
Yes. Let's go.
We here. Yeah, shout out Bay Area too.
Come on.
Yeah.
Avery White, a.k.a. Mac Payne, baby.
Yeah.
Real Deal Talk. That's a wrap. Let's go.